Hundreds of aid workers have gathered on the Egyptian side of the Rafah crossing. This comes amid uncertainty over when deliveries of the much-needed food, water and medical supplies into Gaza will begin. Now, it follows an agreement that the U.S. President Joe Biden, Israel and the Egyptian leader have brokered to open the crossing point. Israel has pledged not to prevent the aid deliveries. The fallout from a blast that hit a Gaza City hospital continues, drawing protests across the Arab world and a debate over its cause. Hamas says hundreds of people were killed in the explosion and that it was caused by an Israeli strike. Now, Israel has blamed a failed rocket launch by another faction. The Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi says that his country will reject the forced displacement of Palestinians into Sinai and that any such movement would turn the Egyptian peninsula into a base for attacks against Israel. All right, now let's get the latest from Tel Aviv. SABC News correspondent Sarah Coates joins us live. Sarah, thank you so much for your time. Now, it appears there's still confusion over when deliveries of the much-needed food, water and medical supplies into Gaza will begin. I mean, we know that there was an agreement, of course, with the U.S. President, Israel and the Egyptian leader, having brokered to open the crossing point. Just talk to us about what the latest is on that.
Hello there. Well, look, as we go to where hundreds of trucks remain lined up on the Egyptian side of the Rafah crossing, as these aid groups really hope and pray that they can get through this crossing potentially tomorrow. As you mentioned, this deal was brokered by the US in agreement with Egypt and Israel. We do understand it's being called a sustainable passage of aid. There could be 20 trucks that pass through this crossing tomorrow. Although those details have not yet been confirmed. Look, we still don't know what these trucks could be carrying, but let me tell you, this aid is so badly needed in the Gaza Strip. Right now, there are 12,500 people who've been wounded who need urgent medical care. There are people that doctors say they simply cannot treat just due to the fact that they do not have any medicine or any aid to treat them with. Now, look, this comes as water is also running out very, very rapidly. One of the groups, it's called Access Against Hunger, it says it's supporting 24,000 people in one of its shelters down in the south, with 60% of children presenting terrible diarrhea. It says that this is an absolutely catastrophic situation, and if this aid doesn't get into the Strip very, very soon, then thousands of people, thousands more people, I should say, will die. Now, look, as it stands, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, he says no aid will be going in from the Israeli side, this Israeli access into the Gaza Strip. He says that will not happen until these 203, that's the new number, hostages are returned to Israel. Now, with regards to those hostages, still no new information. We do know that Turkey's trying to talk to Hamas, the group that rules the Gaza Strip, to facilitate their safe return or figure out some sort of... At this hour, nothing has been decided upon yet. So look, it's certainly a very fragile situation in the Strip, continues to deteriorate by the hour. And just in the last hour or so, humanitarian groups in the Strip said that petrol has now run out.
And what makes it even more complicated would be probably the Egyptian president also showing signs of discomfort with opening that Sinai crossing, because of displaced Palestinians. Very quickly, Sarah, what's the situation there with the president?
Well, look, he's worried that this dispersal of people, moving them from the north to the south, could mean that Israel is trying to push these people out of the Gaza Strip. Israel says it is simply not trying to do that at all. It wants to just create a safe zone for these people ahead of this expected military incursion, which could happen at any moment. We're still seeing hundreds of thousands of troops lined up there on the Gaza border, heavy military gear, including tanks. So look, still no word on this, when this incursion will or may happen. The Israeli military remaining very tight-lipped on this. All it is saying is that it will conduct an operation. It will be potentially something that hasn't been seen before, and that it will be multi-pronged from the sky, from the sea and from the ground. So look, everyone really is waiting here with bated breath. The region is really on a knife's edge.